Hello there and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing the sontaran experiment. So let's get into it. So this episode is the third episode of Doctor Who season 12, and it is the first and it is part of the first season of Tom Baker's Doctor. So, what do I think of this story? I think this story is really, really underrated. I did watch it a couple of years ago before the second edition of the collection box set season 12 came out, and I thought it was alright, and I watched it a couple of days ago before recording this video, and yeah, I really, really liked it. I think it's a great two-parter, especially coming between the Ark in Space and the gigantic epic Genesis of the Daleks. I just think it really sits really nicely, and it's sort of like a self-contained story. You don't really have to know too much before watching it. And yeah, I just think it's a really sort of nice way, if you don't fancy a massive 4 or 6-parter classic Doctor Who story, you can just put that on and just sort of relax, which is what I really like about the 2-parters. And another thing, not just about this story, but what I like about the whole of season 12, it sort of has an overall arc. It has, like, throughout the whole season, which is very, very rare for classic Doctor Who. So they go to the Nerva beacon in the Ark in Space, and that transports them down to Earth to fix the teleport ring thing. I'm not sure what it's called, I can't really remember. Then they get the time ring, supposed to go back up to the Nerva beacon, but the Time Lords intercept it and send him to Skaro to stop the creation of the Daleks. Then they go back up to the Nerva beacon in a future point in their history and defeat the Cybermen. And I just think that's like, so the season really flows really nicely, and I don't think there's a single bad episode in this season. I like all of them, even Revenge of the Cybermen. I love the sontaran villains. I think especially like their early stories, like the Time Warrior and the sontaran experiment. I think like the sontarans are really like sort of mysterious, like the war between the sontarans and can't remember what the other species is called. I want to say the Rootans, but I feel like that's from a different story. Yeah, I feel like they're sort of like mysterious about them. I love like how they're sort of like a bit more bulky, sort of like what we got in Flux and War of the Sontarans. I quite like that. And sort of like the whisperiness of how the Sontaran speaks. I just think that's an amazing way, and I think the actor who plays the Sontarans is really good. And also, I was watching the making of documentary after I watched the story, and I didn't know this, but this was the first story that they filmed of this season. I don't think Robot was the first one, I don't think. But they thought they might have to recast Tom Baker because he fell down like some rocks and broke his arm. So that's why in some of the scenes, especially the sword fight in part 2, he's sort of covering his arm with the with his coat and scarf to sort of hide the sling. I can't remember if it was arm or it was his collarbone. But yeah, it's a really interesting sort of fact for you there, fact fans. Again, I love the location, and I think if you can manage to get hold of the limited edition or standard edition, I think some of the location work done on film, I think just looks really nice. And comparing it to the DVD, you can definitely tell the difference. Again, love some of the costumes, like the sontaran outfit and the sort of like sort of space men outfit. I really like them, and also I've always been fascinated with the Sontaran sort of space pods. I just think they look really good, and I really want to try and get my hands on the one that Character Options have done. So hopefully I can get one of those in the future. But that's it for this review. Let me know what you think of the Sontaran story, and if you like season 12 or not, what you think of this story, and what's your favourite Sontaran story. Let me know in the comments section down below, and hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!